back to the channel, Hysteria Projects. I hope you are doing well, having a beautiful day. These messages are general, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. So, the overall energy is this shadowed glass, seeing the unseen, portal to change, shifting of perspective. I'm talking to somebody that is extremely intuitive. You are somebody that does something within the spiritual community, whether this be tarot or whatever it may be. You do some form of divination here, and you are important. What you're doing is important, okay? Now, before we begin, there is this like dragonfly energy that it's like you can see through illusions. You can see the deeper truth of things, beneath the surface here. But I'm also getting this butterfly energy of transformation, So I feel like, although these things apply in your life, these are things that you are providing for others as well, okay? So you have a very important role here, and you've been blessed with your time, okay? So let's start there. Growth spurt. Your endeavors take off quickly, so be ready. You have been blessed with some time here, and what I'm getting is that you could have been guided to make a career change. By making this career change, this has opened up the space for you to have, for your creativity to flow better, for you to have time to relax, for you to kind of have this freedom back, okay? This gift of time that you have been blessed with is really allowing space for a lot of other things in your life here to grow. And I am getting that there are some things that you could be working on right now that are really gonna take off. Maybe faster than you even anticipated, okay? So let's pull another. It says bumpy ride. Into the unknown, trusting your guides, crossing realms. There's a mysterious arrival. Fate is in motion, okay? Now, you've been guided to do something here, either for the public or in the public eye, okay? So, for some of you, you could be guided to start your own channel, For others of you, maybe that's something that you already do. And it's like, you're taking this one step at a time, okay? And with each step that you're taking, you truly are getting closer and closer to something that is absolutely beautiful, okay? You have this vision, or you could get visions, okay? Again, I'm talking to somebody here that does some form of divination, all right? And you're doing something that is going to make the world a better place. Now, this doesn't have to solely be like how should I word this? Okay. I feel like what Spirit is trying to say is that you are working on something here that involves your knowledge, okay? Now, this could have something to do with children. This could have something to do with community. Take it how it resonates here, but there's something else that you're doing here that is really bringing a common peace to people. But you yourself are not common. You are a very unique individual. But you are bringing people together in a peaceful way. Look, ancient force, profound wisdom, right? To the old ways, ancestors guide you. You know, you're bringing something into this world that we need. We need, okay? And you're being guided step by step through this entire process. This golden touch. You know, what you commit to brings fortune and fame, you know, influence, triumph. You are somebody that is making a big difference. And whatever you're working on is going to make a big difference. So like with this career change, if you were guided to, you know, pursue something very specific, that's a blessing. It's a blessing, okay? Let me pull one more, and then we'll start reading tarot. Well, okay, 2 it is. Mysterious ways and steady flow. There's gonna be people mad. There's gonna be people mad because you're mysterious, you know. You're sacred. You have sacred energy, okay? You are sacred. And you are blessed in the most mysterious type of ways. And there's going to be people mad about it. You know, people jealous, envious, whatever it may be. You know, you have this golden touch, okay? You are blessed. You are receiving blessings, and you are a blessing to others, you know? Let's pull tarot. Let's talk more about this growth spurt and this blessing of time. We have the King of Swords. Transformation. Yeah, okay. So, you were definitely guided to walk away. I do feel like this is from a job, you know, walking away from a career of some sort here. You know, you could have been a little stuck in your head, you know, not really knowing what to do. And I feel like you asked. I feel like you asked the divine, hey, what do I do? You know, I'm confused. I don't know which way to go. I'm not sure. And the divine was like, move on. Move forward. Leave all of that behind you. And you did. And because of that, you have been blessed with time for all of these other blessings to grow. All of these things that were being kind of hidden, you know. Again, you're working on something here that it's going to make a big impact. It's going to help people grow, whether this be adults or children, or all over the board here. You know, there's something here that it's not just a blessing for you to be able to have this time, but you're using this time to be a blessing to others. Okay, you seriously are a sacred, beautiful person here. Okay, you're extremely tapped in and connected, and you follow your guidance. You are loyal to the divine. I mean, you work hard. You work so hard. You've been having to do things all by yourself. You've been having to nurture and grow yourself, you know, and I feel like you're wanting to give that back. You're wanting to extend your arm out to the world to help other people in this process, to help other people work on themselves, or, you know, it's like you're being guided and your footsteps are leading or leaving a path for other people to follow as well. Again, you're working on something that's going to be public. Yeah, and again, there was a career back here. There was some sort of job that, although it could have been financially abundant, that was all it was. You know, it was like receiving coins from the devil, you know, and you did end that. And that had a lot to do with this bumpy ride. It's like you working so hard and not really getting anywhere, you know. And the divine was like, hey, you need to leave that shit behind. You know, there's better for you. We'll show you. And look, you know, you leave that behind, and here comes the wheel of fortune. This is fate. This is destiny. Fate is in motion, okay? The second that you removed this from your life and allowed this opening of space and time, the wheel started turning, you know? Look, victory. The wheel started turning. It's exactly what you needed to do. It was like the divine was just waiting for you to, oh my gosh, the divine was just waiting for you to reach out and be like, hey, I'm confused. Please show me what I need to do. And I don't know how long they've been waiting, but I feel like this level of excitement of them being able to be like, okay, here's our moment, all right? This is what you need to leave behind. You know, this is the direction you need to go. And you trusted it. You went with it. And everything is unfolding very perfectly for you. Wow. And look, the Six of Pentacles, this is that giving energy, that sharing and helping and nurturing. You know, you are doing something that is bringing peace and love to this world, like a common peace coming from a very uncommon individual. Yeah, this Page of Swords and Judgment, you know, you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot. And I do feel like, you know, you are in a transition here that okay, so you were in some very heavy energy. And I feel like it was masked somehow. And maybe it was masked through the financial aspect of it. You know, maybe the money was so good that it, like, you couldn't see the other shit, right? That's a thing, okay? Blinded by money. That's a thing. And I'm not saying that you are greedy in any type of way, form, or fashion. No, like, we all fucking need money. You know, inflation is a bitch. Everything keeps getting more expensive. The pay doesn't really change. You know, you can't live off one income anymore. You need multiples. So, like, it's completely understandable that you were sticking with this career, sticking with this job, all right? But it did put a lot of burdens on you. And it feels like, you know, your spirit and your ancestors here were doing as much as they possibly could to lift you up out of that, you know? And they had to give you this clarity about how toxic this was, you know? This Three of Cups is that celebration energy. The Wheel of Fortune just stays on the bottom here, okay? So, like, you definitely are, oh my gosh, yeah, you're taking control of your life. And you're becoming a leader. Whether that's what you intended or not, you are in this leader position, okay? Male or female, doesn't matter. You're taking charge. And I feel like what you're doing here is, it's life-changing, not just for you. This is going to be life-changing for others. Like, there's some vision here that you have, some sort of vision. Again, this could have something to do with community, something to do with children, or traveling, or nature, whatever this may be exactly for you. This is something that is going to, it's going to make a huge difference. And this vision is a blessing, because this vision is showing you what you're heading towards. You know, you had to leave this behind. It was really stunting you. The second you dropped this and got your time back, this growth spurt, this stuff is taking off like a rocket ship here. Again, the wheel just stays on the bottom. This is destiny. This is fate. And I feel like you know that, because you are being guided. And I'm talking to someone who is extremely connected, and you do some form of divination here. You help other people, okay? You are sacred, and you are protected, and you are a blessing. And there's people here that are going to be mad. There are people here that are going to be mad about it. These could be past lovers, karmic people. Could even be a couple. You know what I'm saying? Like, doesn't really matter here, to be honest, because these are karmics. And your energy is not karmic, you know, so you are not in alignment with these people, but these are people that maybe you could be potentially helping at some point. Again, I'm not going to stop saying this sacred energy, because that is what is coming through. It's the sacred energy. You have something very deeply, deeply rooted, ancient, okay? You have a very large purpose here, and I feel like it's just now starting to unfold for you. Yeah, sucks for these people in the past. You know, sucks for all these karmics in the past. People that didn't have any interest in you in the past. Yeah, sucks for all them people. What's this on the bottom? Oh, 10 of Cups. That's your energy, okay? And these people are just going to have to watch you blossom and bloom and become absolutely wonderfully great in front of the world. And they can be mad about it all they want. There ain't nothing that they can do about it. You know? Ain't nothing they can do about it. You are divine sent. You are so blessed. So blessed. So blessed. I love your energy. I love what you're doing. Whatever this is that you're working on, look, you're going to be a star. You're going to be the fucking star. It's going to be big, okay? Much bigger than what I feel like you think, and it's going to be so colorful. Yeah. And you know, people are going to try to cause conflict and get in your way, you know, because people are going to be jealous. People are going to be mad, you know. And these people are immature. These people are acting out of their wounded inner child, okay? And it's these kind of people that you're also helping in some sort of way. Now, again, I am getting children here. So you could be doing something that is to help children, you know? And I feel like everything that you're doing right now is leading you to the best version of life, okay? It's leading you to this ideal vision for your own life. This is big. This is really big. Yeah, and this Three of Wands, I mean, this is happening. This is what's coming in. You know, you are looking forward to the future. You know, you've made your choice. You've left this behind, and this is about to take off faster than you think it is. Yeah. I love this, you know? You're providing the world something that is very needed, okay? People need you. And I don't know exactly what it is that you're doing, but it's going to be very useful, okay? It's going to be sought after. And you're going to have this level of fame that maybe you didn't even ask for. Maybe that's not even what you intended or what you wanted. But it looks like it's inevitable, because you radiate a very beautiful ancient energy here. There is this sacredness, okay, about all of this. Anything else, Spirit? Oh, shit. Well, look. It I caught it, but this wanted to fly out. The Empress. You know? The Empress. Male, female, it doesn't matter. You are nurturing. You are supportive. You are receptive to these blessings, to this change, to the universe. Like we have the Lovers too, and Justice, okay? There's people from your past that are going to feel some type of way about this, but hey, it is what it is, right? So let's pull a final message, because I feel like this is Spirit, you know, letting you know, hey, things are about to pick up here. And you might not really understand how big of an impact that this is going to have. I feel like it's going to blow your mind. I do. It's going to happen quicker than what you think it is. And you've been blessed with some time here. All right, anything else? Oh, okay, just one. What's it say? It says, when there are questions you need assistance with, go inward. Sit with yourself, meditate the question, ask for help also. Then trust your intuition, as most often the answer and guidance will be delivered to you intuitively. We are with you always, okay? You are in very, very direct communication with your spirits and your ancestors here. Again, that's exactly what you did. It was like they were waiting for you to just be like, hey. They were waiting for you to ask them, what do I do? And you listened, and you are about to have a life unfold that is, I'm going to say, beyond what you possibly dreamed. You know, it's going to exceed any expectations or thoughts that you even had. There's a big purpose to all of this, and you're going to have a bigger impact on the community, on the world, you know? Much bigger than what I feel like you think. You know, you're going to be met with hate, you're going to be met with jealousy. But, you know, that's kind of with anything, right? You are on a beautiful path, and you are on a path of fate and destiny. I hope this message helped. I feel like this was just really Spirit saying, hey, this thing you're working on, it's going to be bigger than what you think, and this is about to take off quicker than you think. Because now there's time. Now there's not things holding you back. Now the road has been smooth for them to allow you to go forward, you know, and you know, the Spirit has been carrying you throughout this. Okay, you have been guided every step of the way. And there's something very exciting about this, and very abundant and very healing. You know, anything you touch turns to gold, and this is no different. All right? I'm excited for you, because this is going to be life-changing, and not just life-changing for you, but you're going to have such a major impact on other people in a very positive and transforming way. Okay? Until next time, bye.